How's it going, everyone? This is Tom with Simple Hotshot. So I just was thinking about starting a channel about my experiences as a. Right now, I'm in a 2017 Chevy Express 2500 cargo van. Um, I have been doing this for a living as an independent contractor for 3 years for by myself as an independent contract, well, as a LLC. Um, I did it for probably about 6 months to see if I really wanted to do it. I started off in a SUV, like a Chevy Blazer, basically. And then the company that I was contracted with, they did a lot of work with pickup trucks. So I did a lot of deliveries with, or for, like dealerships, auto parts stores, um, things of that nature. Mainly automotive stuff is what I was heavily into for about the first year and a half of my business. Um, about 6 months after I started doing it under my own name, and then I figured, well, I might as well start it as a business. So I went and started it as my own LLC. It's good, I guess. I was making started off making $100 a day in my SUV, and then I went to my pickup, started making in between 140 to 150 a day, depending on the client I worked for. Um, I liked it, but I got tired of making a certain amount a day and working 9 hours a day for set amount of money per day. So I started looking at other companies that was local in my area that I could potentially have a unlimited amount of income for that day, or at least more than 150 a day. Don't get me wrong, I paid my bills, but I was very, very tight on my money, um, like paycheck to paycheck. Even now, it's still kind of tight with the things, the way COVID is going and things like that in that nature right now. Um, there for a while, I was making about mm, 3,500 to 4,000 every other week, twice a month. Um, the companies that I am basically leased to currently, or was leased to currently, how do I put it? So one company that I'm leased to right now is uh, they pay you at the beginning of the month, or technically at the end of the month, and they pay you on the 15th of the month. So the last day of the month, and then the 15th of the month. At first, it was kind of hard to get used to. And then I am currently leased on to one, two, three, four different companies, something like that. And I still am in the middle of trying to figure out how to make more revenue or more business come in as time goes on. Um, because two out of the three companies that I work for, or actually all three of them currently, are very, very slow now. They were like at the beginning of the whole Corona thing, they were like busy. I was busy for at least a month and a half. Um, and then it all of a sudden just died down. Like I might do one run a day. Sometimes that run could pay me mm, 40 to $100, depending on where it's going. If it's local, um, so anything in the way I tell them is anything that's over I think it's like 35-mile radius. I basically charge a certain amount in that area, percentage, or I get paid a percentage. And then anything outside that area, one company will pay me per mile outside of that area. So if I drive 50 miles to the next town north, then they'll pay me $1 a mile for that run. The second company that I work for is my choice. So usually they're pretty upfront with me. That's why I work with the second company more now than I did before, because they're very transparent. They basically tell me exactly what they're making off the run and what my percentage is, and if I would make more money charging them per mile or charging them with the percentage. And whichever out of the two I am currently like making a run for, and whichever two pays more, that's what they pay me, which I like that. I wish the other companies would do it that way. Now, the other company, a third company that I really liked them in the beginning, um, because I was doing a lot of in-town runs. And that company I will tell you the name of. It's called Freight. There's not a lot of YouTube videos about them. It's basically an app. I applied like 4 or 5 months ago. It took them like 4 months with the Corona stuff to go through for me to get approved to run through them, um, or for them. And basically, the reason I like them the most, when their app was up and running properly at the beginning, um, basically all the money that I made, like let's say today's Friday, and all the money that I basically made for Friday, I would get paid on Monday for. And if I work Saturday and Sunday, which majority of the time they don't work Sunday, they work Saturday for sure. But I would also get paid on Monday for the Saturday stuff. So it was basically like I was getting paid within 2 or 3 days of working. Now the stuff that I did on like Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and sometimes on Thursday, every once in a while, depending on the time of the day that the run comes in, on Thursday, I might get paid for it on Monday, but majority of the time, if I got work on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I would get paid the next day. And I really liked that. I was doing a lot of tire runs for them, which I did tire runs for the other company, but I was not making nowhere near the amount of money that Freight was paying for the tire runs. So it wasn't bad. I was making real good money with them. I actually did one run from Nebraska to Vermont, and then I stopped off in PA on the way back, saw my dad, and then came back out here. I made like $2,500. That's like $1.50 a mile, is what they paid me to do a run for them from Nebraska to Vermont. But I had to deadhead from where I live at to Nebraska, which they added in a little extra for me on that. Um, and then I didn't realize there was a lot of tolls, and they reimbursed me for the tolls, which I thought was pretty cool of them to do. Considering most places don't do that. But after I got back from doing that Vermont run, their system or app crashed, and they were supposed to have it back up and running a week ago today, and for basically the tire stuff, and they haven't had it back up and running yet. They have it. I'm actually currently doing a run for them now, um, which is pretty cool. I'm hauling a TV to a residence house. I picked it up at UPS, taking it to a residence house, I believe. No, I'm not going to show you where I drop it off at. Um, but but this run pays exceptionally well considering that majority of the other two companies that I work for uh, would pay me like $20 to do this run. And granted, it's like 20, I think like 15 or 20 mile drive um, from one from the pickup to the delivery. Um, but this company's paying well over that, like double, almost triple that value or that price. And I recommend Freight, especially if they get their system back up and running. They are a very good company, very friendly. Matter of fact, the run that I did to Vermont and back, because I did it in the time they asked me to have it done, and I took it without any complaining or anything like that. Um, they basically gave me a free oil change and service for my vehicle, which I was going to have to pay for a service and oil change when I got back into town. So I had to do it at their facility uh, here in the town where I live. Um, so it was pretty nice, to be honest with you. Um, like I said, I just was thinking about starting a channel of what I do on a day-to-day basis. I am a I consider myself as a hotshot slash courier because local stuff I consider as a courier stuff, but majority of it is a hot shot because it's stuff that's needing to be done now. I pick up a lot from the airport and deliver all over the state, sometimes out of the state. I just got back from Philadelphia, or not Philadelphia, sorry, Phoenix. Back from Phoenix, delivering to the airport down there in Phoenix. Um, I did that on Tuesday and got back Wednesday. Delivered on Wednesday morning at 7 o'clock, and was back home by 9:30, uh, 9:30, 10 o'clock Wednesday night. So not too bad of a run. I did that run for a different company. They tend not to pay very well. I truly don't recommend that company. They're very shady. So very very shady. The owner of the company is kind of cool. The dispatcher not so cool. Not a very good company. The dispatcher will tell you one thing that they're going to be paying you set amount, and then you go to look and see what they're paying you, and come to find out they're not paying you that. They're paying you 90 cents a mile instead of $1 a mile. And then you try to get that $1 a mile that you were told, and because he didn't put it in the notes or nothing like that, you're screwed. So I tend not to do. I was working for them quite regularly, but over the last 3-4 months, I kind of slacked off on them. Kind of go with my second company. They're based out of Texas, um, and they're actually really good. Um, they kind of pay a little slow. They're supposed to be paying every week, as long as they keep you busy. And where I'm at, they don't have a lot of work. They have a lot in Texas, and I heard a lot in Atlanta, but they don't have a lot of work here in the town I live in the state. They need to build up more clientele and get us more work out here. I probably would be legit with them because they do a lot of the Montana runs. I deliver a lot to Montana, North and South Dakota, make a delivery there. And I like that. I like short little hops. I like them longer ones every once in a while, but I really like the little short hops, like 8 to 9, 10-hour drives or less. Little bit about myself. Going about 16 minutes. I'll try to make it 20 minutes and be done with the video. I got a CDL Class A license back in 2005. I hauled double